Hi, I'm GeoDav, and in this video what we're going to do is coding on the fly. No, not really. Right, what we're going to do is I'm going to sit here and show you what sort of thing you need to be doing when you're coding a weapon. Now, in my previous tutorial I did mention we're going to use the link gun as our base. Okay, now as you can see here I've got UT attachment BCL gun and I've got a UT weapon BCL gun. Now yes, you can guess that's the link gun. Now what I'm not going to do is sit here and do absolutely everything and show you. You should really be getting up to speed on these things. Watch, if you're not too sure, watch my UDK basic videos, my UT3 videos, and also anything in my UT channel where it says coding. Okay, now what I do want to do in this video is show you what you actually, let's say, the bare minimum and the pitfalls of using the UT game code. Right, so what we're going to do, well, first thing what we're going to do is we're going to go into, now as you can see here, I'm on UDK 2011 12 build. I'm going to go into the UT game class. Well, let's get this straight. The December build of 2011. You go into the development folder, then into the SRC source. Okay, and then you go into the UT game classes. Now in here there is 3 files that we wish to copy. Okay, so what we're going to do is slowly scroll down. We've got UT ammo, link gun. Now, pardon me, my tea's sort of repeating on me, but I know you don't want to know that, but unlucky. Right, I'm now looking for. I can't find it. Why can't I find it? There we go. Holding control, I'm going to select UT attachment link gun. Very, very important. I'll tell you why shortly. And we're going to go all the way down and find UT weapon link gun. Now I know you can see here the physics gun. I'm not even going to go there. Okay, so I'm going to control select. So I've now got 3 files selected. Go on to copying, means copy. It's German. Okay, and we're going to go into our, well, in my case it's DavCorp. What you call your project is up to you. You don't have to call it DavCorp, but that's what I've done. There's reasons behind it, don't worry. Now what we're going to do is just paste these into here. Einfügen, that means paste. And what we're going to do is, well, obviously the first thing what we've got to do is change the name, because if you got 2 lots of link guns in your source files, it's going to go So very, very quickly, he said, link G, we'll call it. This just makes things easier for me. Call it whatever you want. Alright, now the last one I called L gun, so I'm just going to change this to link G, and I'll show you why it is very, very important to know what names you're using. Well, you should know this. If you're a programmer, please bear with me. Right, these videos are not really for you. Well, you can have a look, watch through them, have a laugh, call me a fool for the way I do things, but these videos are really for people that are like me, who can't code. Okay, so I'm trying to point out things that they need to do. Anyway, let's get on with this. Right, we've now got UT weapon link G. Now select the, I'll find it, the attachment, and the UT ammo. Now I'm just going to, with those three selected, I'm just going to take them into context. This is my preferred text editor for doing coding. Okay, that's the only reason. Now what we're going to do here is, obviously, if you try and compile this now, it'll go mismatch your names, because that's the name up here of your file, and it's looking for this class here. So all we're going to do is change that to link G. I'm going to do the same here, link G, and the same here, link G. Now, easiest one to play with at this moment in time is the UT ammo class. Now, I'll be very honest, I've got away with not doing these before, but just to be on the safe side, make sure you do make a ammo class for your weapon. Now, I'll keep on repeating myself and saying, because I'm using the UT game code. I do that because I can't program, and if you can, go from the UDK base code if you wish. But because I can't, this is just purely to show you how to get things up and running, testing your workflow in game. Right, okay, UT ammo link G, we've changed the class name to fit with the same name of the UC file. Now I'm not going to change the ammo amount. Target weapon, important. Who's this ammo for? Right, it's for the UT weapon link G. So we're going to change that. Now at the moment I haven't got a static mesh for my ammo pickup, so we'll just leave that for the link gun. I might change that at a later date, not for this file set, because this is just purely to show I've already done the weapon that I'm going to be playing with. I'm just doing this for your benefit. Now, this is where people get stuck when trying to play with the link gun. As well as I do, the way I work is copy paste, copy paste. If it works for them, it's going to work for me. But the things you got to watch for is that within the weapon code. Now I know if you've watched my other videos, you'll notice that on the shop weapon, I think it was the attachment class actually called the weapon class inside the code, not just in the default properties, but actually inside the code, and that's where people were getting stuck. But that was only one entry. In the link gun code, that happens quite a lot. Okay, so what we're going to do is, as you can see, I can see it here already. I'm just going to copy the name link gun. Now in most text editors I've got this function find text. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through this file, find everywhere where it says link gun and change it to link G. Now before somebody starts getting very smart alecky about it and saying, well, if you use this bit here where you can just type in find a name and replace it with another name. Hold your horses, hold your breath, because I'll show you why I'm not going to do that. But first off, right, the first one we found, well, put this from top, find, there we go, we've found it. So what we're going to do is just change that to link G. Now I'm going to click on there and carrying on finding. Well, what I should actually do is, to make things easier for me, I'm going to change that to link G, and I'm just going to copy that there and carry on the movement. Now this is the way I've learned to work with the UT game code. Okay, just keep on going down. Oh look, it's looking for the attachment class again. That one that we just done was the attachment class, and we've changed it here, so we're going to have to change it here as well. Now I'm just going to go control paste. Okay, now let's go again. This is one of the reasons why I say do not use the replace text, because we've actually got classes called UT linkgun muzzle flash light and other bits and pieces that have the startup name or in the name link gun. Okay, so if you start using the replace text, you're going to start causing yourself more problems than what you're fixing. So we'll carry on yet again. Now there it's looking for our weapon. Alright, find linked weapons. Any weapon that's called UT Weapon link gun. Well, we've changed it now to link G. So we'll change that and carry on. And again. Control paste. And again. Now you see how often this is. Now if you don't do a correct search for this, now we don't have to do that because it's in green, that's just a comment. Okay, now you get down to the default properties. I'm not going to sit here and show you this. You should already be up and running on this sort of thing. Well, hang on. Let me just open the ones that I'm going to be using in game. UT attachment link BC. Let's find the other one. Weapon BC L gun. Now, let's see. Yeah, weapon. Yeah. Okay. So what all I've done here is change the skeletal mesh to be the weapon that we're using, the anim set to the anim set for the weapon. Okay, this is your first person mesh. Yeah. Your attachment class. If we go here, because I'm not going to change that lot. If we just go dink, 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 there we go. Change that to that one. Now, next one down will be, as the comment says, pick up static mesh. Well, we're not using a static mesh, we're using a skeletal mesh, which will be your third person view weapon. Okay? Now, if you wish to make another one that looks maybe a little bit better than your third person, that's up to you. Yeah? But this is where the pickup mesh, if you can't see the correct pickup mesh when you do your map and all the rest of it, this is why. Yeah? Now we'll go again. There, yeah. Now again, if you just swap out the name or do the replacement with link gun and link G, you will lose this template particle system. Yeah. Now, unless you want to make your own particle effects to start off with, you're jumping in a little bit too deep. Well, that's what I'd say anyway, because I'm no good with that. And again, here you've got your muzzle flash templates, and again, and again, and again, and again, and the muzzle flash light. Well, that was your muzzle flash template, your beam, and then you've got all your other beams here. Now, as I keep on saying, if you do a replacement text to that, you're going to get loads of errors when you compile. Yeah, so just make sure you go down nice and slowly, as I do. Find the next occurrence, keep on going, changing only the ones you need. Now we'll do exactly the same with the attachment class. Now, just because you've done it in the weapon class, which is 99% the first person view mode, yeah, the attachment class is the third person. So when you see the bots running around with your weapon, they're using this code. Okay, so let's go on here. It says link gun muzzle flash. Link gun muzzle flash. Weapon link gun. Now we have to change that one again. And we go on and again. See, this is why I say you need to be careful. But going through it and just trying to read through, I will guarantee you will miss something. You want to know why? Because I did. Lots of times. Okay, let's carry on here. Here in the default properties of your attachment class, you will find, yes, the skeletal mesh component for your third person view. Now you can translate, you can rotate, and you can scale. You can do that in your first person view as well if you require. That's up to you. Okay. Now in my version, if I go down here, you will see I've commented it out and I've changed the scale to 1. Right, that's purely because the way I work, I try to get the meshes to be as close as possible as I can in my 3D program. Yeah, well, in this case, Blender. So I don't need to scale it. I've orientated it. Well, I think I have in the correct position. The bones are all correct, so it all should join up all nice and dandy. Right, but we'll come back to that in one of the next videos. Okay, so what else have we got here? You've got your particle system. Was it power up component? Oh god, that's probably somewhere in there in the code. Don't ask me. It's really beyond me, this lot. Now, obviously here, link beam systems, alt beams, team beam endpoint. Oh my God's truth. This is when people say, "Oh, I want to do using the link gun," like that. Oh my God, you're gonna have problems. And this is why, because you've got all this to deal with. Where in the shock weapon, the shock rifle, it is quite, well, I say quite simple. It's a lot simpler than this. So the last one that we will actually want to get to here is this one at the bottom, where it says what weapon class this attachment should be looking at. And obviously, we want that to be link G. Now, I've done all this. What for? Absolutely diddly squat, because I am not going to compile this at all. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to save it. I'm going to close that out. I'm going to close that one out. I'm going to change that, like the ammo class, because I haven't got an ammo class. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change that to L gun and change that to L gun. Okay. Now I'll come back and off film, off recording, I'll change that. I'll make myself a static mesh. Well, probably not too soon. I've got a feeling that I'm going to do something else with Blender before when I'm doing this. A little plan on the side. So we'll just save that, close that out of the way, reopen it. Well, in fact, what I need to do is change the name of that, don't I? That's right, change that back to L gun. Now I'm going to select that one and select that one. If you hold control, you can select both. Isn't that clever? Okay. Right, where were we? Right, L gun ammo in there. Right, so we've now got our 3 files. Now I know this is going to sound a little bit confusing, okay, because what I've done is I've tested this code, I've compiled the code, I've fixed any of my silly little errors that I normally get where I miss things, yeah, or I put in a typo. As you can see here, skeletal mesh, WP, BC, L gun, mesh, there. Okay, I've commented out the translation, the rotation, I've changed the scale. Right, these are just little things that I've already done off recording, because what happens is when you start playing around with this sort of thing, you compile it, you get everything all nice, fine and dandy, and then you go in, you try it in game, and you go, there's something wrong there, I can't see this is not happening, that's not working. Why? So that's when you start jumping backwards and forwards, and it's time consuming. Okay, so I don't really want to do that unless it's absolutely necessary. What I have done, just to drag this video out a little bit, what I have done, I have left all these little variables untouched. Things like your fire offset. We should have somewhere a player view offset. Player view offset, I've left that. You'll see why when we do the next video. Because what I'm trying to avoid at this moment in time is that in a few of my videos when I've been playing around, going in and out of UDK, the audio's slipping. So what I want to try and do is just cut things down, do it bit by bit. Okay, so there we go. Beam sockets, flash colors, duration. We're not going to deal with anything like that. Beam pre-fire anim. Very strange. Don't remember seeing them in the editor under the anims for the link gun. I'll double check. We'll have a look at that if I remember. Anyway, you got all things like, I'm not going to deal with these. Trust me. All I'm going to do in the next videos is start showing you what happens when you leave these settings here. Okay. Now we have no rotation or translation on the first person mesh. There's also something that I want to show you on the on the pickup and how we can fix that. And I'll show you where to get the information for that. Okay. Now this is pretty much the end of what I'm going to do for this video. I know I'm teasing you, and I know if you watch this video as soon as I once I've uploaded it, you're going to say, well, where's the rest of the videos? It's going to take me a couple of days to get there. Okay, so please bear with me, and we'll start playing with things like this, and then it's going to be compiling, testing, compiling, testing, compiling, testing. Okay, and it's going to be fun for you to watch, not for me to do. Okay, so we're going to leave it at that, and I'll see you again soon. Okay then, bye bye now.